For part one of the mental part of the preparation episodes, we're going to talk about the cold turkey strategy a little bit more. So only your addiction will tell you that this is the most difficult way to quit smoking. Other methods and strategies, often packaged as more pleasant, will offer the solution of gradually reducing the amount of nicotine consumed by an addict. The same tobacco companies that recently began placing emissions of altering their products, making them more addictive than they naturally would be, also own a lot of the products that are designed to supplement cigarettes or wean addicts off of nicotine. On those same packaging labels, there also is a statement saying that it's so hard to quit smoking because nicotine actually alters the way your brain behaves. That's actually now required to be placed on the packaging of cigarettes. It's pretty wild. One of the reasons nicotine is so dangerous is that it limits a person's ability to maintain self-control. Nicotine is said to be as addictive as heroin, cocaine, or other amphetamines. Essentially, smokers become impulsive smokers, which is what leads the addiction to have so many pairings. You think about it, you pair smoking with just about everything. If you're a smoker, you pair it with talking on the phone. You pair it with even going for walks outside. You pair it with conversation. You pair it with food. You pair it with driving, with waking up, with going to bed, after sex. It's just about with everything. It's wild how embedded we let it get in our lives. This is also why it's exceptionally challenging to see a person smoking, either on film or in person, without triggering a massive craving. This craving does become weaker post-physical addiction. However, the mental addiction, even if subtle, is permanent. You cannot repair that portion of your brain. You will forever have that part of the addiction once you've discovered nicotine. It will forever be there when you see other smokers. There will be a gradual part of you, a small fraction that is trying to crave for that feeling again without consequences, essentially. So that will be the lifelong battle. You need to be prepared and aware of that. We will stick to the lens of finance for our argument here because it is the motivator of the industry enslaving the people via nicotine. It is enslaving, it reads, is enslaving too heavy of a label? Well, let's explore that. And you have to forgive me, at moments I may stumble. A lot of these are written down notes. This is not a perfect podcast. Don't expect it to be a perfect podcast. It is very human, and I'm just a regular person trying to document his experience and create a community-wide discussion where we can all participate. So let's explore whether or not that's too heavy of a label. Today is your most expensive day to smoke. If you go through Quit Rich's financial education as it is being presented and you see how compound interest works, you'll recognize that some of the most profitable, actually the most profitable times for compound interest is on the rear end of the investment. The last couple of years will have tremendous amounts of interest. And every year that you wait to start that, whether it be saving or investing, the longer you wait, the more costly it becomes because you're taking years off the rear end. So that's something to keep in mind, that every cigarette you smoke right now, today, is the most costly of your life as far as finances are concerned. The next bullet point that I want to bring up in regards to that terminology of enslaving people via nicotine The companies that sell nicotine products also, not only do they control the poison, but they also control the antidotes. They reduce their losses of people quitting smoking or attempting to quit smoking by retaining sales and reducing likeliness of a smoker quitting successfully. They retain sales in the products that are supposed to help you wean. So yes, they own companies that have nicotine patches. They own vape companies. They own companies that have gum and other supplements. So they're not trying to lose their money with you escaping this habit, which is why we have the cold turkey strategy. That's why we are doing it this way, and it's not to knock the other ways. You can do whatever way is effective for you. Matter of fact, we encourage you to do whatever way works for you. But for those of us that don't want to give any more power to these companies who have ruthlessly controlled people and manipulated people into this really bad addiction, this podcast's for you. So as we dive deeper, I guess at the end of it all, you can ask whether or not it's enslaving people or not.